Hi everyone, welcome to episode 297 of Sold with Updike Pugh.
I'm Jeff Updike.
I'm Weston Pugh, and today we're going to go over to East Dallas and take a look at this really great 3-bedroom that we are going to bring on the market and have an open house on Sunday from 1 to 3.
And in our second segment, we're going to talk about option periods, what those mean to you as a buyer, and what they mean to you as a seller.
Good information. Now, one of the things that as we have been actually showing clients the last couple of weeks, we have noticed over and over that we're showing houses that have some really great spaces, whether they're renovated or not, those one-story ranches that really always throw that formal in there that not everybody needs.
If we show a lot of 1950s, 60s, 70s construction homes, and just because of the era of the formal dining rooms, formal living rooms, there's people these days don't really know how to use all that.
And so we've got to the point in life where we need to have an office just because of COVID. And so we came up with this solution, and this seems to be a really great addition that can actually bring up the value of the home, I feel like, because you can see here we're talking about between the family and a dining room, there's a really perfect way to add a wall. And the wall that we're talking about would be a glass iron grid. And it's not the French doors that you see, but this company right here called Crystal Glass actually provides a couple of different solutions. So you can do the entire wall in glass, as you see here, and they have different products that allow you to have either a single door or a double door, but it actually modernizes these spaces a lot, and I think would be something that many of today's buyers would really go towards.
I would agree because, that you said it adds more value, and I absolutely 100% agree because you're taking space that many people find unusable in their head right now and actually making it something that is usable. A lot of the applications that we see here are all in commercial settings, but these work really well in residential as well.
And it's interesting because when we sold our townhome on Manette, the next buyer actually installed these downstairs to act as a sound deadener. So it's a really smart solution, and it does not break the bank, but adds a huge value to the property itself. Now, if the office isn't what you're needing and you have a family or you cook or you just need more oomph in the kitchen, we're finding pantries have become a real go-to with today's buyers.
And a lot of them are getting fancier. This is all with custom built cabinetry in there. You can tell the butcher block countertop. This is almost the butler pantry of the inexpensive homes.
And it's such an easy way to actually wall in the wall that we talked about earlier rather than glass, and add an entry from the kitchen. And what it does is it allows you to use both upper and lower cabinets, additional lighting, countertop space, wine fridge. You see people really get creative, and this is what we think is trending more. I think the first time you and I saw this was when Keith Wayway actually bought one street to the west of the house we're featuring today, and it was on Sweetwater, and this was a great idea for him to do.
And at the end of the day, it's just about making the house more usable.
I would agree. Storage, it comes in handy for many different people.
So, what are we talking about next?
So, Market Watch this week is amazing. It is a trickery of weather, and I think it has kind of thrown an early thaw out into the spring market. We saw last week that we had a lot of real estate coming into the active, coming soon, and we're seeing that as now transforming into the option period. It's a little surprising that pendings have dropped, but look at what has happened with the solds.
The number, most of the transactions close toward the end of the month, and I'm sure that's part of what we're seeing, but to see 316 transactions that have closed in Dallas County just in the last week, that's a bunch for this time of year.
For this time of year, it is a lot. So we're seeing a healthy market. Again, things are waking up. We are realizing that, hey, guess what? The new norm, it's 6.7. And I think that it's just get on board. At the we went to the North Dallas Chamber of Commerce at SMU this week and listened to them, and this is one of the points that they brought up. Get used to it. There's no more unicorns on rates. So
yeah, that was something that every person that spoke talked about, was that this is the new norm.
And Jamie Adler from our office actually did an excellent job on the panel speaking and really brought some insight and actually was able to take and not only talk about the idea of real estate, but where the rubber meets the road. So she did a great job as well.
I would agree. So let's talk about our home this week. So this is 8827 Forest Cliff Drive. This is in Eastwood Hills in East Dallas. Really love the location here. Super convenient to get over to White Rock Lake. You've got a CVS nearby. You've got a Walgreens nearby. You've got a big post office nearby. There are grocery stores not that far away. Just a really great access. You can come right down Ferguson and hit I-30 if you need to go into downtown. Or if you're on your way around to DFW, that's probably maybe a 30-minute trip in normal traffic.
So you're really split jumping on whether you're going to head north or south to get out on the other side of the lake. But as Jeff was saying, easy access into downtown. The great thing about 35 transitions and heads north, this will also scoot you over and get you right against Love Field, which is probably a 25-minute drive from here. If you're not from here, you also know that DFW Airport is a wonderful international airport that we have. And this would probably round trip right around 40 minutes. So that's a really great advantage that we have here in Dallas rather than having to plan another excursion just to get to the airport. We're spoiled, we know it, and we love it.
Yeah, I agree.
So some of the things that locals love in this area, and one of the big things coming up this spring that is a huge North Texas draw, is actually happening at the Dallas Arboretum. And it's called Dallas Bloom. Takes place February the 22nd through April the 13th. And these are images that have actually been in the past. This is a great time to get your ticket today so that you can also be able to get there because it sells out.
It does sell out.
Get your parking as well or Uber. But one of the great things, and Jeff, you got to do it last year with a group.
We had a group of friends that we took picnic lunch over there, and we timed it where it was just this beautiful Sunday afternoon, and it was that stereotypical perfect afternoon.
It literally is a photo. It is a photo time to be had for sure.
And they use, I think there's 500,000 bulbs, including 350,000 tulips, hyacinths, and daffodils.
Yep. And if you decide not to do what Jeff did and picnic, one of the things that people love in this area also is Good Friends Beer Garden and Burger House.
Yep.
This has been here since pre-COVID. And it is stood the test of time. It is dog pet friendly. It is as Zach would say, it's a good kickback. So, is that what you would say, Zach?
I don't think that's
Zach didn't call it. All right. You know what? I tried.
Yeah.
I tried.
Try doesn't always make it. It's a really great restaurant, though. We were there actually with a group of friends, I don't know, 3 weeks ago, 4 weeks ago, and we ran into another group of friends that were there. So, really, really great hamburgers.
I love the fact that they're also not open on Monday and Tuesday. That to me says we're doing great and local support them.
And the last thing in this area is the Samuel Grand Park. This is a City of Dallas park, but one of the great things, now this is the Samuel Grand Tennis Center that is part of the City of Dallas. Look at all those tennis pros that they've got. Oh, there's a couple of pickleball people. Anyway, they do have a lot of tennis courts. They've got a lot of organized activities. Yes, they have pickleball. Tell us about pickleball, Weston.
So pickleball. Just go there. You can drill, you can league, you can tournament, reserve your court. Oh, you have to dink.
Okay.
But yes, Jeff doesn't play as much pickleball, but this is a great place to go play. And if you decide to go, call me. I need a head start though. I'll come play.
So let's talk about our property. This is 8827 Forest Cliff Drive. This is in Eastwood Estates in East Dallas. Really wonderful neighborhood and heavily treed. Great location. And these owners have really taken great care of this home.
You bet. From the outside of the house, there's a metal roof, which as you're buying a house, you're learning how important insurance and roofing is. Inside, this is a true turnkey home. It has the ability to be flexible enough that you can have a dining room, as you see here, and adjacent to it, you also have an office. We like so much the versatility of this house, also coming in at under 2,600 square feet. This is a real anomaly to be in this condition, in this location, at this price point, and we foresee that there'll be a lot of interest in this home.
Hardwood floors throughout the entire first floor, really just kind of hold on to the time frame in which the home was built. This is that office that's right off of the dining room, and if you need two separate places to work from home that are away from one another, this is a really good candidate for that. The owners, I will have to say, many times we go look at houses, we find where owners have chosen different colors for rooms, and one of our first things is repaint the whole thing, make it neutral. But we didn't do it with these guys because they have picked what I think are the right tones for each of the bedrooms, and it just all gels.
It does. And it's an open concept home, which again, we see how well the dining room to the office to the living room and the kitchen all work together. There's nice lighting under the cabinets as well that kind of add that look that we're looking for. You can see here just to the right of the island, there's additional space there. If you had a small cafe table that could also feature there, or if you were like, say you had a really nice bourbon collection, this is a great place. And as we turn back around and step into the kitchen and look back, you can see a wood burning fireplace that really adds comfort to this downstairs living room. And here,
This is the upstairs game room, and as you can tell, it's a really good sized room, probably 420, 430 square feet. Big enough for the pool table, big enough for the small movie theater. You've got a really nice bar off to the side there, so a wonderful, wonderful home for entertaining.
I like the fact that it's upstairs over the garage, which is one of those sound features that really makes the house work better for a bunch of different family types. This is a downstairs bedroom that's on the front of the house, and you can see we have plantation shutters. And this one is actually ensuite, so we're going to take and swing around in just a second, and you'll see that the bathroom that opens to the hall also has direct access into this bedroom. We also see that we have frosted designer doors for the closet that actually allow for a lot of storage in those closets as well.
And this is the attached bath. This is the hallway bath and also the ensuite bath for that bedroom. Really nicely redone. New vanity, new fixtures, new tiles put in. I really think they took like an old tired bathroom and really made it into a modern bath.
I'd agree with that. So this is currently being used as their second home office. And so again, it's nice, light and bright. And as we transition to the back of the house, we have a very large, and we hope you can tell from this picture, this is the master. Lots and lots. They really have tight, minimal look, but this house does have plenty of space. As you can see, how much space is on either one of the sides of those nightstands, and that's also a king-size bed.
And this is the master bathroom. Again, newer vanity. This has a shower stall in it. This is a really good-sized bathroom. As you can tell, they planned far enough ahead to put the bottle shelves inside, so you don't have everything sitting around on the floor. When you come outside, this is such a great covered patio area. It is not enclosed in terms of like windows or anything, so you've got that really great open air feeling. And then this is the outdoor kitchen where you've got the built-in pizza oven, you've got the built-in gas range, another little seating area out there. I really enjoyed this space.
I thought they were smart in the way that it looked, and I think that if you wanted to take this covered space on the pergola one step further, it would be so simple to actually screen that in because you already have the skylights above. It all works wonderful. Throughout the rest of the yard, you'll see that there's pathways that are flagstone, turf grass. They also have raised flower beds that they actually use for vegetables. And they have an additional pergola in the back corner that we're going to see that actually has an outdoor picnic table as well. So it's a really great functional backyard.
It really is. And if you are the one that buys this house, just be ready because they grow peppers. And I would bet that there's going to be a wild pepper or two in that backyard.
So this is the backyard. It is a rear entry garage. It's a 2-car garage, but one of the great things about this is it also has a 2-car carport that is metal as well. So what we've also wanted you to see is the actual way that the floor plan lays out. So this is a great way for you to take and look around and see how the whole house actually sets up together.
So this is 8827 Forest Cliff Drive. It's a 3-bedroom, 2-bath, 2-car garage plus 2-car carport, built in 1963, 2,532 square foot, and that is priced at $525,000, which is $207 a square foot.
So one of the great things about this house is in the comments there's going to be a link. Click on the link and you can look at all the pictures that didn't use. You can share it with your friends and family. Also, come see us on Sunday from 1 to 3. This is a great house. It'll be early enough that you can see it before the actual Super Bowl kickoff.
And with that, we'll be right back. Did you know there are a lot of ways you can keep up with us? For starters, every Wednesday at noon, we host Sold with Updike Pew, live from our Facebook and YouTube channels. Our show is dedicated to featuring some of the best homes in the Dallas market and about sharing timely information about market trends. But don't worry if you missed the show, because you can always listen to them on SoundCloud, iTunes, and Spotify.
Still want more? Follow us on Instagram, where you get a first-hand look at what it's like to be a realtor. It's not always previewing homes for clients or getting them ready to go live in MLS. Lastly, visit our website and you'll be able to create a custom home search tailored specifically to your wants and needs that's timely and accurate. Whether it's square foot, location, or the neighborhood, we have you covered.
If you'd like to know how much your home is worth, we can help with that too. Just visit homeprice.fyi, enter a few pieces of information like your home address, and we'll email you a price. When you're ready to talk real estate, you can reach us online, by phone, or by text at 214-377-2223.
And remember, we want to be realtors for life.
Hi everybody, welcome to the second segment, episode 297 of Sold with Updike Pew. I'm Jeff Updike.
I'm Weston Pugh, and today we thought we would share with you a little bit of information about how the actual option period of the contract works out.
Our contracts in the state of Texas, I think, when they were rewritten 12, 15 years ago and this option period was added, was one of the most significant changes and probably one of the best changes I think have ever been made in our contracts, just because of the way it separates the ability for somebody to do inspection and doesn't require any commitment for repairs on anybody's side.
So we're going to take a look at it from both sides. We're going to look at what it means for a buyer, what it means from a seller. Now, the buyer actually is in a due diligence portion of the contract. They are actually in control of the contract, and they can terminate the contract, whereas the seller actually can't at this time. It's also the time when the buyer actually looks at the seller's disclosure, combs through it, and then does other inspections, like a mechanical inspection or an HVAC inspection, sometimes even a foundation inspection, all in order to get a really good snapshot of what the condition and health of the house are. It's at that point that then sellers or buyers at this time will negotiate and ask for repairs or money in lieu of actually accepting the house as is.
And the option periods it's a negotiated time frame, but they traditionally run from 5 to 10 days. And the buyer pays a negotiated amount to the seller for this unrestricted right to terminate. And the amount of money is completely negotiable. We saw a lot of contracts in 07, 08 that had a $1 option period in them, because there was so much inventory that sellers were happy to get a contract together.
And then the other side of the token is if the house is very, very desirable, or if the market is really hot, you see sellers actually looking for a larger amount of option fee, because an option fee is actually left with the seller if the contract terminates. If they actually go to closing, the buyer, it actually is credited towards them for their closing costs.
And I think it's probably the best way for buyers to be able to handle this, because it gives them just that totally unrestricted right to terminate.
It does eliminate the pressure on what to do for that 5 to 7 days that you're actually able to secure. One of the ways that actual sellers can get ready for the option period is by doing a pre-listing inspection. This way up front, they know exactly what is going on and what might be asked. They can also at that point get ahead and make some of those repairs so that nothing really catches them off guard.
So if the buyer does end up terminating during the option period and they provide a copy of that inspection report to the listing agent or to the seller directly, a lot of times the seller's got to go back and redisclose new information that they've learned about the property from that inspection report.
So this is just an overarching quick synopsis of what the option period is, both for the buyer and the seller. This is usually what we do when we go sit down with buyers and explain things. If this is something that you're interested in and like more information about what happens with the contract, let us know and we'd be happy to help.
And just remember, we want to be your realtors for life. When you're ready to talk real estate, you can reach us online, by phone, or by text at 214-377-2223.
And remember, we want to be realtors for life.